Hello student, I am Amrit Vera, biology faculty from Coimbatore. I want to share some important and interesting information from class 10th. So let's start. So first of all, we study about that cranial nerves. We all know that human beings that contain 12 cranial nerves, and that cranial nerves, how in shortcut method we able to remember it. Just we have to remember on old Olympic towering top, a French and Greek viewed a hop. So first of all I write down here on old Olympic towering top of French and Greek view a hop. So here all 12 cranial nerves that present. So let's start with first one. So the first cranial nerves, that is olfactory. So how many cranial nerves we have to discuss? 12 cranial nerves. 12 cranial nerves. So first one olfactory. Now second one O indicate optic. Third oculomotor. Now fourth one, this to indicate trochlear. So olfactory, optic, oculomotor, trochlear. Now fifth one trigeminal. Sixth one abducens. Seventh one facial. Eighth one auditory. Now ninth one glossopharyngeal. 10th one vagus. 11th one spinal accessory, and 12th one hypoglossals. Now see here I represent all 12 cranial nerves that presents in mammals as well as human beings in shortcut form. Just we have to remember on old Olympic towering top, a French and Greek viewed a hop. So by that way we can remember any name. So if the questions asks like that, what is the sixth cranial nerve, we easily say that it is a abducens. So that is a shortcut method. By that method we can easily learn that 12 cranial nerves that presents in human beings. So now we'll want to discuss the another important interesting fact about our human brain. Now I will discuss the different type of sensation that received by the human brains or that received by the different receptor that presents in our body. So the different type of sensation that we have to discuss now. So first of all, I write down the sensation. So sensation, generally in our body, three type of sensations are there. So one is known as the general sensation. General sensation. So general sensation mostly we receive from in our through our eye, because eye contain the vision receptors. So the visions is a one kind of receptions. Second one, ear. Through ear we can receive the sounds. Next type of reception, that is a tongue. Tongue contain gastroreceptors, that we can feel the taste of the food. Next, touch receptor that presents in our skin. So these are the different type of sensation. These are actually known as the general sensations. Now next we have to discuss about another type of sensation, that is known as the proprioceptions. Proprioceptions. And another receptor here, just we have to write down, smell receptor. So smell receptors that we can receive through the nose. Now again back to the proprioceptions. So what is a proprioceptions? Proprioception is a kind of reception. If I say that, if we close our eyes and say that we can touch, we have to touch the nose. By closing of eye, we can easily touch our nose. So it is the kind of sensations, and that sensation that received by the environment through our muscular systems, our muscles, our bones, skeletal system, joints, that can receive the stimuli from the environment, and that type of reception is known as the proprioceptions. And I want to share another interesting fact about the proprioceptions. So the movement in the space is an example of the proprioceptions. In space, our body movement occur by the proprioceptions. So proprioceptions controlled by a specific part of the human brain, that is known as the parietal lobe. So proprioceptions that received by musculoskeletal systems. Musculoskeletal systems. And now another type of receptions that I am to share, that is known as the visceral sensation. Visceral sensation, what is a visceral sensation? So another type of sensation we may receive from our viscera. Viscera means we can say that during the diarrhea we feel the abdominal pain. So the abdominal pain and abdominal cramp, it is a kind of what sensations, and that type of sensation is known as the visceral sensation. So that is all about the different type of sensation. So all sensations are mostly classified into three type. One type of sensation is general sensation. Another type of sensation, that is a proprioceptions. This proprioception is an important features of the human beings. And last one, that is a visceral sensation. That visceral sensation we receive from our viscera or visceral organ. This is the second important informations. And now third, we have to discuss about the human eye. Now we all know that the nature of the human eyes. So we all have two eyes, but one interesting fact about the human eyes, our eye receive the two image, but in our brain only image that generally formed. So that's that type of vision that presents in our body, that is known as binocular visions. So our vision is known as the binocular visions. Binocular vision. So the binocular visions, what is the meaning of the binocular visions? So binocular visions means the image that generally from each eye that pass to the brain, and brain that combine the two image and it make the single. Like we can explain like that. Suppose here one candle is there. Now what happened, the two images that generally form, that generally in our eye, two images that generally forms each eye, and that image that generally pass through the optic nerve, and in brain these two images that generally combine and it become single, and that type of vision is known as the binocular visions, and that type of vision is a unique features for the human beings. So if you give example like the cattle, like the we can cow, goats, so they have monocular visions. So that means the two images that generally created by the two eyes, and these two images not fuse. So one eye one image and another eye another image. So brain not fuse the two image. But some type of problem like the double visions, what problem occur? In that double visions, what happen, our two eye, that image that generally forms, that two image that also forms in our brain. So that means in that case what will be happen here, we can see the two objects side by side, and that type of problem is known as the double visions. So it is the most important informations about our human eye. So human eye, what type of vision is occur? In human eye, binocular vision is occur. And last, I will finish my lecture with another and last informations about binary visions and immortality. Now the organism perform the binary vision, these organisms are mostly said to be the immortals. Why? Suppose we can explain with the bacteria cells. Suppose you can see here, this is a bacteria cells. So in bacteria cell what happened? When the binary fissions occur, this bacteria cell, this is a bacterial DNA, mostly this bacterial DNA is known as nucleoid, because bacteria cell only contain the circular naked DNA, that is nucleoid. So what happened, this nucleoid, first of all, this nucleoid that generally replicate and it from the two DNA, and what happened in the center part of the cells, there is a small inner growth occur, and this inner growth that generally extend, and later what happen, the two cells that generally separate, two cells that generally separate. So you can see here, this is a parent organisms. By that binary fission, that parent organisms actually it's not die. What happen, it acts as the whole reproductive unit, and that reproductive units or the parent cell that directly divided and it from the two daughter cells. So actually these parents living in the form of daughter cells. Parent cells actually never die. That's why the organisms, they are perform the binary fissions. These organisms are actually known as the immortal. So it is a immortality. Binary fission, so we can say that binary fission show immortality. So that's all. I will share the different important informations from class 10th. Thank you to all.